Here, he, him, his, and I am hanging out with special guest star.
Dr. Zeman, she or hers.
Beautiful. And we're here for a special edition of the Outer Worlds and Neocolonial RPGs to talk about Defoe in space. I sort of invited Dr. Zeman to hang out here with us because she is teaching currently sections and snippets of Defoe in terms of traveling racisms. How's class going?
Yeah, so we just started on Defoe, who, is the writer of the sort of quintessential colonial narrative, Robinson Crusoe. It's, we're largely just talking for the moment, because we just started, how terribly miserable reading Defoe is.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of woe is me, let me build a chair, how did I get stuck on this island?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and...
why does God hate me?
Yeah, it's just pages, why does God hate me? And then, rants about cannibalism, of course.
Yeah, so. The Pulse Pounding Furious. So this game, published in 2019, developed from a gaming studio that is sort of famous for Fallout, so very post-apocalyptic in origin. This game imagines that bored corporations have taken over the galaxy, and that we were part of a ship that was lost out in space, left in suspension because the board said, no, it's actually going to be too expensive to rescue you. We're just going to leave these colonists just out in the outer reaches of the universe. We were saved by a mad scientist, and now we are piloting this spaceship, the Unreliable, hopefully trying to take down the board.
Name.
It's much better. The tongue-in-cheek, tone of this game is just hyper-saturated in corporate rhetoric, and then also putting us in these sort of fantastic positions and undercutting it with a spaceship that we stole from a dead man named the Unreliable. We also have a sassy computer.
So is the aim to rescue them?
The aim might be to rescue them. I think it should be the aim. Because it's sort of open world, I think it could be our aim. Because it's open world, we can sort of play through it in any sort of way that we would like in terms of investment. So you could really toe corporate line. You could, as we did in a previous episode, accidentally murder all of middle management who was running a salt... essentially
I think a solid approach.
It was very rewarding, but then I felt kind of guilty.
I mean, could you kill upper management? I think that would feel more rewarding.
So this is the goal. We're going to kill upper management. This is really the sort of, pleasure of play here. How do you just get to live out your deep anti-capitalist narrative making?
Destroying the capitalist hellscape. I mean, I think that should be the goal. I don't know if it's what they imagined, but I'm for it.
I mean, we have options. So the last time we have taken a pit stop on a spaceship called the Groundbreaker, and the Groundbreaker is struggling to maintain its status as independent as the board is sort of watching it collapse sort of financially and in terms of mechanics. It's just a really old ship. So we're going to go help the Groundbreaker's primary communications relay, turn that back on so that the Groundbreaker doesn't lose all comms.
So are the ships stations sort of nations that are sort of being co-opted by corporations?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's look at that map. Where's that map? Oh, I think it's actually down here. That essentially... this is our sort of open world. We started here on Terra 2, and it is entirely owned by Spacer's Choice. You've tried the rest, now try the... Nope, you've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. We absolutely did some murders, and then decided to retreat to the Groundbreaker, which is a more independent space. And then we're going to try and help them out. But the inner board is all along, I believe, Monarch. Pointedly named, right? We are trying to work to get clearance to travel more, but are currently stuck and are trying to earn enough money to get navigation systems that are better in order to get docking clearance.
How do you earn money?
I mean, killing corporate overlords and stealing
there's money in that. That's great.
You absolutely can loot their bodies. This is, again, and I'm torn. Either it is a great exploration of sort of like anti-capitalist sentiments, or we get two friends. It is just sort of constantly asking us to sort of view the environment not as like a collaborative space of sharing, but as, ooh, I'm going to actually do a bunch of murders and steal all your stuff and make it just
predatory economy where it's ends justify the means.
Absolutely, right? And it tricks you into believing that because it's the frontier, it's space. You have to do this to survive, and that dangerous type of thinking. But I think we're trying to take the hero route. Yep. Brittany, absolutely pirate life. It's a legitimate salvage. We're thinking, have you seen The Expanse? This
no.
often just turns into thinking about The Expanse.
Okay.
I wonder if it's empty.
Okay, we are blowing up robots. This is going to be a blowing up robots day.
We all need those days.
I mean, it's week 5, folks. How are we feeling? What is giving you joy? How are you finding catharsis? What are you doing during the apocalypse? What are you doing during the apocalypse?
I don't know, languishing mostly. Surviving.
Oh, we found a journal. Last night I dreamed and it was beautiful. The streets of Byzantium were decorated. This is the
Metropole?
Yes, essentially. Thank you. I got words.
Words are hard.
Words.
Words are hard, okay?
Yeah. They asked me to take them, to give them my special ones. I gathered the crimson in my arms, and I felt so alive, so happy. I turned, and Delilah was beside me. I did not question why my supervisor was there. Her eyes were so full of emotions I know she feels, but dares not show at work. Work drains you of emotions. We just did the uses of the erotic in my WTSD class. I wrapped her neck in crimson, tying it tight as a scarf. So beautiful, crimson on her neck, opened as a second mouth and began screaming. Screaming. When I awake, I was scared. The dreams are so real now, and this is every time I recognized a face. I had to leave work early today. Every time I looked at Delilah, I had a whisper in my mind about how beautiful she would look with a touch of crimson on her neck. Her neck. This must stop. This is not who I am. This is not who I will become. I must find help. Well, thank you, Frey. This is terrifying.
What?
This is, we have come to this sort of abandoned comms relay, and people are having nightmare dreams. And we're just stealing all the food. I mean, it's blood, right, Brittany? It's scarves, it's violence, it's strangling, it's mutilation.
Was that myth that Carmen Maria Machado has? With that?
Yes, that's the absolute red ribbon. Yeah. We just got done doing her edition of Carmilla. This is Back to the Unreliable. This was Defoe, but this has actually turned into something. This has turned into the Monsters Fictions class. Okay. Oh, this is the grenade launcher. I want the... Oh man, that wasn't great. So we've got some combat in this game. We also have friends that we get to hang out with. She's an engineer who's in love with a lady, and it's very sweet. All space is gay. I think he's got anger issues. We're still on the fence about Felix. Our Robinson Crusoe got maybe addicted to a little bit of drugs. And here we can loot the enemy, just steal from everything.
Are these like fun space drugs?
I think these are fun space drugs. Oh, why are you... Okay. I mean, they heal us, which feels great. You can slow down time and really just luxuriate in the violence, which is fine, I think, if it's robots. I think it's weirder if it is the first sort of brand of enemies that we encounter, marauders, who are absolute, like, feral space cannibals. So you could theorize that
That is
4 days.
That is very Defoe-like.
Yes. I want to see why this gun is not being a gun. Lots of inventory management, which is I actually think perversely Defoean.
Yeah.
Okay. Lock on flamethrower, and it burns. You're not telling me that it's broken. Alright, so I guess we can still melt more robots.
My favorite quote about Robinson Crusoe is by Virginia Woolf, where she's basically like, you know, there are no sunsets, no sunrises, no beauty. All you have is like an earthenware pot. 'Cause it's just like a book about stuff.
It's a book about stuff.
Yeah. And so inventory management is just like...
It's a game about stuff.
Yep.
Oh. And just like accruing stuff in space. I mean, allegedly we're helping people. Does that help with the... I don't know.
Who are the people we're helping?
Okay, allegedly we're helping the people of the Groundbreaker.
Oh, right.
And maybe Parvati and Felix. And possibly... Oh, I don't like this. And possibly, right, like doing this all by, like, taking down the board. Oh, it overheats. Okay, this is fine. We're just lobbing grenades at robots.
As one does.
Oh, we are up. I'm gonna be a bit here. This is not gonna be great. Just gonna hang back, let some friends do some work. Nope. And this is... Okay. Alright. Any thoughts? What... You teach a little bit in speculative fiction, sci-fi, as apocalyptic literature. You're also, right now, running our intro to the major through apocalyptritcha.
Yeah.
What do you see as, like, the use of sort of sci-fi, speculative, futuristic settings?
I mean, I think there are a myriad number of uses,
right?
right?
That's
obviously.
fair.
I think some are salvific in the sense that they offer hope. It's like another world that you get to occupy to get away from the sort of hellscape of like late stage capitalism or, you know, the sort of racial oppression of like the present day. And so it's just other worlds.
This one is not that escapism fantasy. It is gone in the opposite direction to just imagine the nightmare intergalactically. Well, we got more Frey Journal. I was wrong. So wrong. The whispers did not stop. Not. They have returned. They howl at me, demanding I return home and bathe the streets in crimson. Okay. Not our mission. Bright crimson, beautiful crimson. I can think only of one way to end this. End, forgive me, Delilah. Yikes. We will tag this
bleak
with proper warning. This is not a happy RPG.
Yeah, no.
This is not one of imagining otherwise. It's imagining our current progression. But we did get a key for this. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It was self-directed. Transmitter status disabled, receiver status active. I assume that if we activate this, we're going to hear some echoes and voices too.
Okay, so dumb question. Who the hell's Frey?
I don't know. Somebody here. I don't know her.
Okay.
We just met her.
Fair enough. So this is very, like, Heart of Darkness, Marlowe discovering, like, journals.
Yeah, it's very
just moving further and further into...
I'm in Gothic fiction land, so it's all, like, found footage, found
yeah.
text sort of stuffs.
Right.
But, yeah, like, this, instead of being a really linear way to get you through the plot, it is all done, like, you don't need an NPC. World building, for sure, yeah. Okay. So, and then it tells you this, like, information that you have to piece together by, like, reading into transmitter stuff. Everything seems stable. Diagnostics report that 26 out of 28 arrays are functionally operational. Ping has been received. Okay, so we turn the comms back on. I also don't know if this is a good thing, considering what the journals are foreshadowing. Oh, great. Untransmitted message detected in memory cache. These messages will be downloaded to physical storage medium. Oh, yeah, we're supposed to get back some potential, like, corporate information to sabotage the board,
right.
and maybe if we have some of this. Okay. Cool. Well, I don't like I don't like leaving things like this, but I guess we did what we came here to do. I don't see anything else to melt. Let's go back. We'll say it's a lot of fetch quest, so like go to a place, get a thing, come back to another thing, which at least takes us out of like linear narrative, but I don't know if it's great pacing. And then our loading screens are little like adventure intercuts.
Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight.
Yeah. So one of the ways that you think about and teach about Robinson Crusoe is like adventure novel.
Yeah, so I basically teach it as the anti-adventure novel.
Because nothing happens.
Because nothing happens.
Because nothing happens.
Like, the entire text is just, him sort of ruminating on the things he's done wrong and whether he should have listened to his dad and,
Right.
stayed home and became a lawyer. And that's because what we talk about is how it's an adventure in the early modern sense of the term, meaning adventures were financial ventures.
Yeah.
And so it's Crusoe as capitalist. Crusoe as seeking primarily to make money by basically utilizing and turning all sort of humans, objects, into things to be vended and sold.
Oh, we get points for finding vending machines here.
Oh, naturally.
It's very right. This is a thing.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy. This
No.
is okay. And this is why, Brittany, I'm terrified to bring in a new robot friend, because what if we turn it into a vending machine?
Remember that
We can't love them like Scruffy.
Insured.
Wow.
Land at a place, assemble a party, take off. Better than nature, anti-Cleos, skin cream, boxed bread. I know Dr. Salter's in chat, but what is this? One of the things that this game imagines is, what if we take resources and turn them into just mass-produced garbage things with no real sustenance? Maybe it's drugs. I mean, yeah, this is the narrative trajectory we should think about, right?
Crusoe's Bezos.
Yep. And Bezos gets us to space, and then we just live in this hellscape forever, intergalactically.
Of like just stuff of like bread that appeared to be in like a milk carton.
Yeah. Oh, our inventory is gross. Here are our foodstuffs. Nope. Pep pills.
Definitely took a few of those in college.
Space beer. Fucositol capsule. These are more drugs.
Purple berry
purple
juice.
Yeah, why not? That helps us. Purple berry lunch. It's crackers, cheese, pea-free nuts, purple berries, all packed and kept refrigerated for a quick lunch. Carbs provide us 200% natural health regeneration.
It's probably telling that I thought the purple berries, which aren't real, was the most delicious sounding thing.
I mean, to me, it's like Captain Crunch, and I'm totally,
Yeah.
I would have cereal for, 3 meals a day, if possible, because I'm lazy and bad in a kitchen.
Oh. No, I mean, if something requires cooking, I'm not making it, but...
Yeah. This is the Groundbreaker. This is, the ship that's trying to be resistant to corporate logics. And as you can see, it is just
Looks like
interior.
Vegas.
Very Vegas.
Yeah. Interesting that, to avoid, corporate overlords, you end up in a place that's so clearly coded as, late-stage capitalism.
And the late-stage capitalism extravaganza, right?
Yeah.
Even waste disposal is highlighted. There are bots around with little advertises. They got ad drones. Just put them on ads, circulate them.
sad that that's so very clearly going to be our future.
It's so
Yeah.
clearly kind of our now future.
Right.
Also, right, corporate gun stores.
Naturally.
Nope, I know where to go. This is a door. Let's do some corporate sabotage? Let's do some corporate sabotage.
My comm center already got an update ping from the backup relay. I trust everything went smoothly.
Okay. Yeah, here's your data backup. This is right. Thank you, Edna.
Thanks.
I do want to tell somebody
The only
about...
messages in the queue are encrypted ones. Looking at the transmission logs, the relay hasn't received a single unencrypted message in the past 36 months. Must be on account of some new security red tape. Well, whatever's the cause, the board and the Earth Minister will see it sorted.
Okay, I
Thanks
don't,
again for
I
saving
don't
my
trust
narrator.
that.
I secured quite the payment authorization for you from June Land.
Yes.
Try not to spend it all in one place.
Okay, well, we made money, and we leveled up.
All right, then.
I'm happy enough with that.
Murder pays.
Murder, we only had to murder robots, too. It wasn't even, like,
Oh, yeah.
people murder. Okay, melee, we're gonna put some more guns. I kind of want to be defensive. All of the red is what's happening to us because we're suffering from withdrawals.
Oh,
It's
from the space drugs.
from the space drugs. We're doing
Got
great.
it.
And then let's put in some tech. Great. Do you, oh man, that's,
I kind of feel the same way. I felt bad for that,
Really?
like, robot janitor thing that was...
okay, do you feel bad for Robot Janitor?
I mean, I only saw him for a few seconds, but he seemed nice.
That's fair. I feel a little guilty about getting the entire planet mad at us. Okay. What are we up to next? Main quest, Passage to Anywhere, in order to revive your fellow colonists stranded in hibernation. Dr. Wells needs us to travel to Stellar Bay. Oh, do we have the money for that? Oh, no, but we can get it if we do this distress signal. Giving you a copy of a distress signal from Terra 2. Someone in Roseway, a supposedly abandoned anti-Cleo outpost, is requesting help. There are corporate operations hiding there. You'll likely be able to find some valuable data to sell back to Gladys. So we're going to go view the distress signal and head out to another corporate outpost on a different planet.
Okay. Who's Auntie-Cleo?
That is
What?
the corporation that makes box bread
Ah.
and Purpleberry
Okay.
Crunch. I would love to see what lurks there. Oh, this is also our reputation. So people in the Groundbreaker here kind of find us agreeable. We don't have anything with these folks. Spacer's Choice, this corporation is repulsed by us because
Okay.
we've murdered so many of them.
That's probably fair on their part.
I mean, yeah, but, you know, don't come at us. Okay, and back to boat.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture
Nope.
of your terrorist.
I am not selling out to a robot. Oh, we also can't go back to the med bay because of shenanigans. I've ruined this playthrough irrevocably with
With all the murder.
with all the murder and being in places where I shouldn't be. I'm not great.
You didn't go to space to make friends.
I didn't go to space to make friends. And I don't know, I think that's one of the Dr. Lee asked me a great question the other week about the game that we play on Thursdays, Death Stranding, which is like, what's pleasurable about that game? And I was like, oh yeah, that is a game that just makes me do like gig economy Amazon runs. Like, I guess that is hard to think about. But I think, what is the pleasure of this sort of open world fantasy, right? Is it that pleasure of like infinite resources, infinite stuff to like steal and loot and grab? Is it destroying corporations and living out that sort of fantasy? What's allegedly fun about this game?
I mean, one of the things that I sort of, thinking about Robinson Crusoe with
With the word fun?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
hard to do. But like the reason why for generations it was sort of beloved, and the way that the text is still taught is just like this fantasy of self-sufficiency, right? Like where you get to play the hero, where you get to imagine yourself as capable of physical feats as well as like I don't know, sort of deeds of daring do that just like one cannot do in real life, but also like that basically in the end sort of require you to play into these sort of fantasies of sort of patriarchal patriotic hero worship that like it's I don't know, it's time to like unironically like participate in like the power fantasies of like our culture and just sort of give into it.
And I think this could be that. I think the deep irony is maybe keeping it from that a little. Can we talk, have you ever shown excerpts from the insane 1997 Pierce Brosnan Robinson Crusoe?
I have, yeah.
Like, let's make Robinson Crusoe not just like patriarchal, but sexy. Yeah. Like, that is truly wild to me.
I mean, that's sort of the way that he's often. I don't know if you've seen like all the book covers for like the various iterations of this text. They make it like there's nothing about Robinson Crusoe that should be sexy to anyone. Like, he's a guy who has been alone on an island for 27 years, hasn't shaved, like, he's like randomly wearing an umbrella at various points, like
incredible.
And yet they make him like, you know,
erotic.
Yeah.
Truly cursed.
Yeah.
Well, we don't get the option for romance in this game, which I guess is kind of good. In some games you can like woo your partners. These are just our friends. All right, well, let's go, I guess, back to Terra 2, and
it's actually very fitting with the original text, and where, like, there is, like, no space for anything, you know, even vaguely sort of erotic, sexual, romantic, even any sort of real emotion in a sort of homosocial sense. Like, the lines that we get about Robinson's, like, wife and children, it's like two throwaway lines in like the last 5 pages of the book. Like, it's not a space at all for emotion. That's sort of seen as irrelevant to this.
To goods, to stuffs.
To the sort of utilitarianism of like Crusoe, the Homo economicus. Yeah.
That's fascinating. We're giving this game a lot of credit, but I do think like I buy that space capitalism doesn't allow room for emotions, just like capitalism. Capitalism
it really doesn't
really like foster a great and rewarding, deep, rich inner life with emotions and connections.
Except it's contrary to like productivity.
Sure. Yes. Well, I don't know. Sometimes sex is procreative or productive. I don't, again.
But in like the most like utilitarian sense of like using the physical body just as labor, not as a thinking resource.
Babies, you have to wait to use them as tools sometimes.
Right.
But yeah. Sound off in chat if you think capitalism is ruining everything. XP for vending machines, right? Like, we are rewarded for exploration, but exploration for participation. Fair enough. Thoughts on this environment? We're seeing a different part of Terra 2. And I think in some of our other playthroughs and in some of our other explorations of video game like rendering and worlds, we are at, like, I don't know, how are we oriented to this sort of right space of Terra 2? Like, what are we sort of offered? Oh, is that another robot? That's going to be stuck. Oh, poor robot. Oh.
Wait, what?
It's got a space lizard on it. It's having trouble getting over it.
Space lizard?
Well, they will absolutely try and murder us.
I still want to, like, pet it, though.
I don't... Well, I think this is sort of what I was asking. Like, we see the environment as, like, I don't know.
Having agency, and like we find ways to anthropomorphize it, like no matter what.
Yeah. All right, so this is the Anti-Cleo space. I'm just gonna take some more ammo. Nope. Mirror. And let's see what has murdered these scientists. My guess it's the space lizards.
Who's also dead.
Who are also, it's mutually assured destruction. Advertising for weapons. We should try and steal one later.
A weapon?
Yeah, well, specifically a plasma
Plasma
cutter.
cutter.
I'm sold. It slices, it dices, it cauterizes. Backstory, Robinson is a sous chef. So I do think we need like an OP knife.
So like he was a sous chef before going to space, or like he dabbles in space as a sous chef?
That's a very good question. I'm clear on the timeline. I do think it's before he went to space.
Okay.
Or at least when he woke up. Or she woke up. They woke up. We made them genderqueer. Yeah. Yeah, that we got the memories of having a sous chef, so that helps. Alright, we're just gonna take all this meat. What's up, dude?
I done had enough of this shit. I'm just the fucking tarmac guard. No one said nothing about fighting no raps.
Burke, I feel you. This is outside of your pay grade, my dude. What is up? And then we just get lots of dialogue options. So what happened here? Did you send a distress call? They pay you to whine, or you just do that for free? How are we feeling? Yes? Are we that salty?
I'm curious what happens with the
Alright.
nuclear option.
Free with that tongue of yours.
Powerful free. Oh man, we're not great with this. You know what?
Yeah.
I meant no offense. I'm just trying to lighten the situation with a little humor. We absolutely cannot go in here and just murder everyone again. That did not work well for us.
Well, don't.
Okay, alright, well, I had a few questions.
Sure. It's not like we're busy here or nothing.
Okay, alright, chill. Burke. I guess I want to know what happened here? Yeah.
Alarms went off, raps broke loose, and I hightailed it in here to get a wall between me and them beasts.
That wasn't very helpful.
Okay, well, so what were you doing outside?
What do you think? On the landing pad.
Okay, you know what?
Standing out on the fucking tarmac.
I don't feel great about Burke anymore.
And we took the friendly route
We
for
took
What
nothing.
else you'd like to know?
We did come in really hot.
We did.
Did you send a distress call? That's what we're here to investigate.
Distress call? From here? Shit. They told me that weren't allowed.
Plot twist. Why not?
Got me. I just do what I'm told. And I was told not to do such.
And that is truly the best way to go about corporate life. Just do what you are told. So
Very-
who's in charge?
Lumping proletariat.
I mean,
Tom Crane. Someone
How
said
dare
he's
you.
panicking inside the
Burke's not a
console.
lump. Okay, well now we gotta find some Anton Crane. Honestly, I liked the NPCs when they were writing about hallucinations. You said the raps broke loose. Did you have them caged up?
Forget I said anything about that.
Incredible. So they're doing experiments on the space lizards.
Cool. Because of course you need a little
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, sideline.
We're getting into Jurassic Park, and I hate that it's got Chris Pratt in it, but Laura Dern's in it again, and I will just watch anything with Laura Dern in it.
I don't know if she can distract from him though.
I'm challenge accepted. Oh, and Jeff Goldblum. Like, OG cast has come back in this.
Okay, I'll see that, yeah.
Okay. Alright. We got some investigation to do. Alright, corporate recruit. I mean, Chris Pratt shouldn't be in anything anymore. Agreed.
Yeah, no, he can disappear a little bit.
Absolutely.
The worst Chris.
We can. The absolute worst Chris.
Yeah.
Let's be on with it. Oh.
Okay, Anton Crane is in charge. He is a very well put together scientist. He is not any of our radical space grandmas, but this is fine. There are a lot of old women who will convert you to socialism.
With all the attacking raptors, he's very neatly combed hair.
Correct, right? Well, he's in charge.
Well,
Burke is on the front line. This is a gentleman who gets to maintain
The
his
face
fancy,
of...
yeah. The face of science and progress. You must be Anton Crane.
I must apologize if my call diverted you. I may have panicked. Everything's under control now, though, truth be told.
I don't
He has,
believe
like,
you.
low-key British accent.
Oh, maybe.
An attack. One that I'd wager was due to the nature of my research
Yeah.
here.
Of course.
I mean, when you want to sound fancy in an
Yeah,
RPG, you just add in some British.
Yeah, of course.
Or set it in Sweden. Okay, well, I guess why cancel the distress call?
My research may not quite fall within legal parameters.
Got
so
it.
I'm under orders to maintain wireless silence.
see
However,
you, Crane.
having your head used as target practice can addle one's thinking. I cut the call immediately once I'd gathered my wits. The Home Office can't know what's happening here.
We really should have bulked up intimidation if this was supposed to be our way through this. Well, I guess you don't need my help. Can we be withholding? Or do we want to try and convince them that corporate home office needs a thing?
I have no idea where it goes from here.
I have no... Okay, well, we're just going to play in. I also agree with everything Brittany says in chat. Retweet. Alright, we're expendable resources to be neglected and left to our fates were anything untoward to happen.
Okay, I actually like it more now. Like, fair enough.
Wouldn't want to interfere. How do we...
Indubitably, we're doing the whole British thing, too.
More call you like, but we signed up for this and knew the risks.
I mean, I do... Yes, you called for help. Sure, you don't want to cast some light on that. I mean, life should find... Exactly. Yes. Uh-huh.
A ticket to the good life once my research plays out. Byzantium. Recognition, money, proper facilities.
So people will go about and endanger themselves in these sort of, various lands for very bad monies, but for this promise of Byzantium, right? Recognition, money, proper facilities. No more uninspired dotes like my associates here. Great. So this man has not developed a sense of solidarity. I think I'll be going. Have fun working with the uninspired dolts. Bye. Let life find a way, indeed.
No, please, hold a moment. Our security forces have proven themselves to be quite worthless. You seem someone not averse to risking your life if the pay were right.
Okay, walk me through the logics here.
In an arrangement of sorts.
I mean, I kind of want, again, I want money. But
Yeah, so
I don't like him.
I don't trust this man.
I don't trust this man. Forget it, not interested? We're opting out.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd leave a man to his fate without even hearing him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, not like one of the space lizards. I feel
No.
bad for them, but
Yeah.
him, yeah.
Alright. Bye, dude. See what's up. Later. What's over here? Your request. Unless the answer is we just leave this planet. Can we just leave this planet? What does the journal say? Distress signal.
Wasn't the point just to find out what happened?
Investigate Roseway to find potential company secrets that can be sold to the highest bidder through Gladys. Our radical space grandma needs us. Talking to the scientists around town would be a great place to start. Cool. We'll talk to some other scientists who are not really invested in hierarchy. What's up, Robo-Eye?
Picked a hell of a day to visit.
Yes.
I'm Vaughn. Vaughn Cortez. Dr. Vaughn Cortez. But just Vaughn's fine.
It's
Really.
the same way I introduce myself every time I remember I have a doctorate.
Yeah, no, that's a fake degree.
Yeah.
Where were you when the outlaws attacked?
Like the idea of just a small talk of, with your mom,
So,
come here often.
How's the trauma?
We've been cooped up in here, I don't know, hours? Too long. I have to get back to work.
Okay, well, I think no job's worth dying for. I think we love that, right? This is great. Let's start radicalizing the not pretentious scientists.
Me?
It's like a class revolution, like, start here.
And
An
indeed,
experiment running at the lab.
this is part of the sci-fi that is beautiful and escapist. We can't labor unionize in Texas, so we'll do it online.
We'll do it in space.
Yeah. I had to leave an experiment running at the lab, something I've been working on for a long while, something that could really get me ahead. Know what I mean? Not... I mean, I don't... You want me to take care of it for you, of course? Is that like...
Take care of what?
I don't know, put it out of its misery? This is all, like, not sci-fi PETA approved, right?
So that means kill the space lizard.
Maybe? Let's get some details.
Yeah.
I've been extracting organic compounds from raptidons. Compounds that have...
Well, I don't like this extraction...
Extracting how? No, wait, maybe I don't want to know.
In certain social situations. Personal situations. Where you might want to...
Great, raptor pheromones. Big fan.
This is going places I didn't expect.
So you're gonna have to tell me... I mean, we can just get him to spell it out.
I need more information about that.
Great, you're gonna have to be more specific.
Some people say rap musk makes it easier to attract companionship. Makes you more, appealing.
Great. He's making sex drugs. It's an aphrodisiac. Does it work?
The results are outside the margin of error.
Incredible. I will help. I mean, I don't know.
Sure. Of course.
All right.
South of here, down the road. Not the old public...
Wrapped pheromones.
Built into the mountainside.
This, I mean, yes, absolutely. I do like it if our side quest is definitely to help Havarti and help her blossoming relationship with Junlai. Yes, absolutely. We'll put it on. We'll keep it on the table. Okay, I'll buy it. Why are there two labs?
The newer lab is built for, more sensitive work. We mostly use the old lab for storage these days.
Secret corporate lab. Should you be telling me about this place?
So the seeds.
No. But there are outlaws who
Absolutely.
get up. I'm guessing it hasn't been secret for a while.
Alright.
My equipment's in the lower levels, way in the back. I have a big room all to myself.
Search for secrets in Roseway. Done.
It should have been running this whole time. Just grab the results and bring them here.
So the results are...
Unclear. Either it's the reports or the actual musk.
This is really gonna
Okay.
save my ass.
I mean, we could fetch some biomatter, right? What else is around? Who else? Come on, scientists. You're just like in full armor there. Okay.
So those
Really, these
charisma
living quarters
enhancing benefits I was
are
talking about.
atrocious.
They're just blowing smoke, right?
What's upstairs?
You're underestimating the importance of the pizza bag.
Nothing? I'm just following the little green dots. This is so disorienting. Oh.
If I were directing, I'd literally just going in circles.
You know what? We are not going to pick this until later, in case somebody gets angry. I just don't want to turn another town on Terra 2 against us. I'm really... Not for, like, the good of the planet or anything, but just because it makes the game very difficult to play if everybody is upset with us.
Was that supposed to be the living
Okay.
quarters? Seemed about as livable as a coffin.
Well, I guess we're going to go to the experiment. Right?
Yeah. Do we know where that is?
I'm going to guess down that way.
The ventilation shaft runs from the bottom.
Ventilation shaft? Okay.
I wouldn't feel sympathetic to that bug.
Got it. The gross bugs are bad. I mean, yeah. Right. It's... Yeah. The human testing has sort of, right, like, absolutely weaponized them, aggravated them. They can't actually call for corporate help because it's like, oh, oops. This is what you've been doing illegally. So... antibiotics lab. This is so kitsch. Incredible. Oh, more. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. More robots. Don't look, Brittany. I'm just gonna go in for the slice and dice. This is why we need a plasma cutter to really... It's... Okay, you know what? You're correct.
I mean, Asimov would agree.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, oops. Oh, great. So, Spacer's Choice found a flaw in you. Robophobia. Auto mechanicals can now give you the willies, and when you're nearby, you're not as effective as you should be.
I think that means you killed a little too many robots.
I think it means I killed a few too many robots. I will be accountable to my actions.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I think I just have to be robophobic.
You're now sort of consumed by guilt and get the robophobia.
Absolutely.
Right.
Perfect. But I get a perk for that, so I think...
Oh, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean...
That's fun.
You get, like... You get some negative effects, but then you get a free perk. So we can get +10 to dialogue skills. We need that to intimidate. We can literally be a snake oil salesman. Dr. Salter. So just...
So you can bend some of those, like, raptor charisma
Absolutely.
drugs.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Increase range of this. While using tactical time dilation, you deal increased weak spot damage. I do like this for us.
Speed demon?
Oh, actually, we're going to do this. We're just going to go, like, hyper mode when we slow down time. This is lovely. And murder more robots. Cool. All right. Well, we're robophobic. I do want to pick this.
You're fast.
All the stuffs, right? Like, part of the pleasure is looting.
Why are they guarding the thing that you are apparently on a mission to, like, didn't the corporation have you do this?
I think the robots win the corporation because this is, like, a former relic of a corporate waste station. So they're just like, oh, we're going to cut and run and leave.
So this is, like, all off book.
Yeah, and, like, leave this to rot, right? Like, all of this is in a state of disarray because the company was like, Terra 2 will be so profitable. And then Terra 2 wasn't profitable. Oh. So... Okay, now we're killing rats. So it's like they left the colonists to perish out here and waste away without resources.
Oh, so it's like the colony in North Carolina, the one that disappeared.
Yeah, it's very Roanoke-y, right?
Roanoke, yeah.
Except with extremely hostile space raptors and people still doing illegal corporate experiments. Yeah. Sarah, we do absolutely still have Reed's Fedora, the capitalist we murdered. Okay. That's... Right, again, it's just like a post-apocalyptic, like, rundown, the nature will reclaim the corporate
Isn't this pretty, Captain?
artifacts.
I love all the trees. We ought to go places like this more.
Oh,
Marauders.
Marauders. Oh man. I'm not good at gunfighting.
It's interesting that they give you swords. Given, you know.
Sci-fi times?
Yeah.
Well, they should give me nothing. I'm very bad at combat in this game.
Oh, you died.
I absolutely died. We're just gonna do a quick continue. Having that autosave feature. Folks in chat, what are we playing next? I feel like we've explored, I mean, this is to me the like pinnacle of achievement, getting you on mic to talk Crusoe and space RPGs. What are we playing next? What is our new Tuesday creature feature? Sound off in chat with... Aw. Now that makes me sad, Brittany. I would never. Oh. I mean, I do think we need some survival, like, horror. I'm into that. That would have still course buy-ins.
I don't know Dead Space. Actually, I don't know any RPGs, so I'm not sure why I'm pretending I know things. I know nothing.
Here they come.
Okay, well, that didn't work. Okay, what up? Okay, grenades solve everything. Sure, fine. This is fine. Oh, no. So here's actually like the perverse thing that I want to think about is John Locke the Commons and Animal Crossing.
Okay, there's something there.
There's something there,
no,
right?
for sure.
That enclosure acts and colonize or like developing your own private islands.
Yeah.
It's not nothing, right?
No, I think, I mean, definitely things like Animal Crossing is like just easy to make sense of in terms of like privatization of property.
Uh-huh. For like corporate raccoon Tom Nook. Oh, what if it's Red Dead Redemption? Yeah, I think that could also speak to Dr. Donaldson's interests. Because Dr. Donaldson games, and I want her on stream too.
I'm just over here like, oh, you died? I didn't even notice.
And I'm out of ammo for this gun. This is fine. I'm doing amazing. We're just...
I love the absurdity of people being called outlaws when you're on like an outpost without actual laws.
Correct. Well, you're in corporate law, right? Or maybe...
Sort of multinational...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just gonna walk in?
Well, we're here at Antibiotics Secret Lab.
This place, like some kind of tomb.
I'm gonna do some inventory management real quick before we go in.
Goes to show like how easily I fall prey to like capitalism.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking like Antibiotics is just adorable.
I mean, it is.
Like I would buy those books.
Incredible energy, yes. I mean, it's very Futurama, right?
Yeah.
Mom's Corporation.
Yeah.
Well, board first.
Oh God.
It's not the worst until it's board first.
Oh God.
It's really about making monstrous food consumption.
That's
this game.
horrific. That's very similar to all those sort of weird distortions of pigs that we get with Orcs and Crake that we're going to be reading with in Apocalypture later in the semester.
That's fantastic.
Those visuals are not.
It's not. It's not pleasing. It is not. It is not the beautiful family dinner one wants to sit down to.
No.
All right, we are looking for. You deal shock damage, stealing that. We're looking to find pheromones, I guess.
Is that randomly like a bar? What was that?
Huh? Front desk.
Oh.
Oh, but it's all very like it's like weird Art Deco.
Yeah. I was like, it looks like you're about to be serving a martini. I was just very on board to see where that was going.
Indeed.
You. Yeah,
I gotta meet new people. I don't.
You care to explain what you're doing here?
I would love to do a
Did you miss the big
Bioshock.
sign outside?
You know what? I'm not a threat. I'm just a freelancer passing through.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just a
Journeyman.
venturing.
Porter,
Yeah.
Chief of Site Safety Engineering. That's a fancy way of saying guards. Bad news is, we haven't been able to clean these outlaws out of the lab. Good news is, they haven't been able to escape, neither.
Okay, so it's a stalemate. Between the horny raps? Could they get out through the vents?
That's how they got in. We got that locked down. There's no access from their level without a security key card.
That's what
That
they
also
got in.
means no
Yeah.
fresh
Are they
air down
testing
there.
that?
I mean,
Probably reeks of Raptidon must.
there we are.
Yeah.
Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch.
How long have you been
They
dealing
don't
with the
care which
Raptidons?
side their lunch is on, but the Rapt cells are down with the outlaws, so they're the appetizers. When it looks like they're fixing to make a sally upwards, I have a sniper pop the lock on a Rapt cell. It's kept them busy.
It sounds very strategy. Oh, I mean, I think that's horrible. Do we care about the animals?
Let's have morality for now.
Okay, that's horrible.
If they'd line up neat as you please to get arrested, I wouldn't have to. It's an imperfect world.
Okay.
For now, I reckon they got no backup. On the other hand, we don't neither. And our candles all went haywire.
Exactly, yes. Cold excuses indeed.
Doc Crane ain't liable to call the company in until things are under control.
What would it take to get things sorted? Why not? Where I met him in Roseway, I wasn't impressed.
I mean, I wasn't impressed.
I wasn't
but-
impressed. Do you say that?
Sure.
Okay.
Anton Crane runs the lab. Likes to think he's the only one doing his job. Maybe he is for all that.
Very archetypically British.
Yeah. Right.
Mostly the obvious. Get the Raptidons under control, get these outlaws under 6
Oh,
feet
well,
of dirt.
we've, again,
Somebody
outlaws,
fetch
right?
Doc
That
Crane.
doesn't make sense in terms of
You point us in the right direction, and I'm sure the captain here would be happy to.
Parvati, #1 fan.
About all he talked about before he lit out of here was the data in his office.
We're stealing that
should've
data.
taken it his damn self.
Research, huh? Are we talking notebooks, computer tapes, or what? I don't get why anybody would attack this place. Kill the outlaws.
It's pretty clear why they'd attack it.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Done. Kill outlaws, Raptidons, grab research. I think we're on it?
Yeah.
We're on it. Well, we've technically completed that mission. We've been streaming for about an hour. We could either... I think I should let you go into the universe and live your, rest of your life. You've been
Real
hanging
world.
out? Yeah. So thanks for joining us today to think about some of the ways that the Outer Worlds, I don't know, falls into, but maybe ironizes some of these, corporate fantasies, right?
Yeah.
Which have weirdly parallels to, Robinson Crusoe?
Yeah, I mean, they seem to really have a lot of their roots from that 18th century capitalist fiction.
Yeah. Final
Deliberately
thoughts?
or not.
Deliberately or not. What if the 18th century never left us and it's constantly haunting us always?
Oh, that's a nightmare.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's how
Oh,
I
that's
live.
this game.
That's this game. That,
Yeah.
that we are.
We're stuck in the 18th century.
Oh, God. Just with, I don't know, brighter colors and worse clothes. Well, folks, thanks so much for hanging out and joining us. Would love to hear your feedback on how... Oh, we just get an idle camera animation. But I'll see folks on Thursday for some more Beach Things Thursday. And maybe we'll shake it up. Some BioShock, some Red Dead. We'll see what our Tuesdays will become. Thank you all for joining. Have a wonderful night. Good luck as week 5 continues to happen because of linear time.
Hey, take your time.
I reject that.
Yeah. Everyone be well.